Okay, so we talked about graphically. Let's talk algebraically, which is going to be a little more precise. We're going to talk about substitution first, is when we solve for one of the variables and plug it in for the other one. The easiest variable to solve for in this one is y, because it's all by itself. And so if we subtract the 8x to the other side, you get y equals 12 minus 8x, or negative 8x plus 12, whichever way you want to write it. So this is kind of like 4 quarters equals $1. And so we're going to substitute 4 quarters into our second equation. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to plug it back into the original, because it won't tell you much. Everything will cancel out and you won't get very far. So plug it into your other equation. So negative 2x plus 3, and instead of writing y, we're going to write what y is equal to, the 4 quarters. Because we're told that they're equal. And so now it's just a simplifying and solve for x. So 3 times 12 is 36. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24, and then the x is in there, 10. So negative 2x and negative 24 make negative 26x. If we subtract 36 from both sides, we get negative 26. Divide by negative 26, you get x equals positive 1. Don't make the common mistake and stop here because you got an answer. Because we have an answer, but the answer, remember, is x comma y. We need both an x and a y. So take this and plug it back in. You can plug it back into the original, but you already solved for y in this case. So why not make it 12 minus 8 times 1? So 12 minus 8, y equals 4. Now, you can check your answer, and technically to check your answer, it has to work in both equations. But just check it in the equation that you didn't use. So negative 2 times our x, which is 1, plus 3 times 4 equals 10. So negative 2 plus 12 equals 10. That checks out. So your answer is 1, 4. So what did we do? Solve for a variable. Get it by itself. Substitute. And remember what I said, into the other equation. Solve for the leftover. So we only had x's left. We simplified it, solve for the leftover. Plug in and solve to find the other. So after we found x, we plug back in to find the other variable. So let's do it again. Easiest one to solve for here is this x right here. So let's say x equals 3 minus 2y. And so let's take 3 minus 2y, plug it back into here. 5 times, instead of writing x, 3 minus 2y. So 15 minus 10y minus 3y equals 2. So we get negative 13y. Subtract the 15, we get negative 13. So y equals negative 1. So once we use that, plug it back in, you already solved it for x. So x equals 3 minus 2 times negative 1. X equals 3 minus negative 2 times negative 1. So we're going to actually add 2. So x equals 5. Had you messed up the negatives here, it would have come out when you check your answer, right? So let's check it in the original. 5 times 5 minus 3 times negative 1. Something's not right here. 3 minus 2, so 15, minus 10y, minus 3, 13, subtract, y equals positive 1. There's the problem. So y equals positive 1, and so we get 3 minus 2, x equals 1. So 5 times 1, 5 minus 3 times negative 1, and really that is the positive 1 that we meant to have. So that checks out. 5 minus 3 is 2. And that is why you check your answer. Because I just made a mistake. So it means it's possible you can as well. But obviously you guys don't make as many mistakes as I do. In the last section we talked about our basketball example, and these were the two equations we found after we reduced because of the 3-point example. 1-point shots plus 2-point shots, or 2-point shots plus 1-point shots equals 18 shots total made, 2 points per 2-point shot, so on. So we can solve for either variable. I'm just going to solve for y in this one. Y equals 18 minus x. So then 2x plus 18 minus x equals 28. So 18 plus x equals 28. Subtract 18 from both sides, and you get 10. So if we made 10 2-point shots, and then y would have to be 18 minus that. Probably make 8 shots. So 10 2-pointers and 8 1-pointers. 10 2-point shots, 8 1-point shots. Call them field goals, free throws, whatever you want. But that is how you solve by substitution. So solve for the one variable and plug it in. Substitute. Big fancy word. Enjoy.